Live, we good. We started up. Go to all your socials and everything. Share this out. Share, share, share. Hopefully I spelled everything right.
It looks the same. How does it look the same?
Sadness.
Because it's probably the resolution of it.
Get this guy's face off of here. I don't want to see his face anymore. I'm just going to crop his face out and just put the schedule on. Because it just looks like a chin. It's a chin.
Chin strap.
It's
Someone type something in the YouTube chat so I can see if I keep the video paused, if I'll still get live chat.
I got you.
What the fuck? This mic is way too close to me.
I tried. I just typed something.
I don't believe that. Oh, there we go. Yes. All right. Perfect.
Why don't you just mute it instead of keep it paused?
Because I have it on my iPad and I can't mute just one app, apparently. I'm sure I can, but I haven't played it long enough to figure it out.
Oh, okay. I just wanna hear you. It's Matthew Stafford's face. That's his chin right there.
Chin
I
strap.
can tell it's a very, very prominent chin.
Maybe I'll just snap his face in it.
They just had him on NFL Network talking about playing the Bears week 1. He's like, I'm used to it at this point.
Yeah,
I always play Chicago.
He plays them two times a year.
Yeah, he's like, this is probably best case scenario for him.
All right, you guys good?
Yes, sir.
Right.
I can't fit the whole schedule in. How does Kenny get the full schedule and I can't?
Bro.
Because Kenny's good. I don't know what to tell you.
Relax. It's not that serious.
It's called
right,
getting here on time for pre-pro.
You guys good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, let me finish playing this violin song for you.
Here we go, man. Welcome to another episode of IBTE Sports Podcast. You got your boy Lawrence here. You got Kenny, Phil, and Neil. How you fellas doing? How's your week going? We filming a day early, so my schedule's a bit off. I'm scrambling over here. So how y'all feeling? We're gonna start with Neil first, because Neil, you haven't been here for 2 weeks. So
yeah, I mean, last week I was doing pretty shitty, and this week I'm still doing pretty shitty. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it consistent and just let everybody know how it is. I'm just not doing all right.
Would you like to go into that, or
you like
no?
But I'm work's been hectic for me this week. But other than that, I'm working through it. We got Friday Junior tomorrow. Is tomorrow Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. I'm tripping.
tomorrow Thursday?
I'm thinking that it's still this Thursday today. So, how you feeling, Kenny?
Wonderful. Last week was my last week of my former job. This week I have the week off. Monday I started as a sports reporter, so I'm just living life right now.
Yes, sir. My boy.
Nice. As for me, we got another little upgrade to my settings. We got a little audio upgrade, if you can tell. So
that you've always had.
Yeah.
We've been telling him to get a mic for 3 months now, and he said he's working on it, and he had the Turtle Beach in the cut the whole time.
We found it in the budget, so
In the budget.
No, he had it.
He had it.
I forgot. At least I'm here consistently. Neil.
Now we can hear you, so.
Hey, a body is a body.
First we couldn't see you, then we couldn't hear you.
You know what?
Now we can't see Neil.
Oh, I disappeared?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely did, bro.
Oh shit!
You trying extremely hard to get that. Did you crop?
No.
Did you use a snipping
Yeah,
tool?
that was wild.
Did you use a snipping tool?
Yeah, for this I did, but not for whatever just happened to me. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I was there and then I was gone. I don't know what just happened.
But I wanna first start off with, man, the schedules are out for the NFL. We first started the podcast from that. IBT Sports kind of birthed from that, so it's nice to see that we can get ready for NFL that's coming pretty soon. They'll be here before we know it. Where do you guys want to start with the schedules, man? Are we gonna start attacking each other with our own teams on predictions, or?
I mean,
we might as well.
I just want to say before we get into stuff like that,
Yeah,
it must be wonderful to be the San Francisco 49ers who finished 6-10 and somehow managed to get 5 nationally televised games still.
it's
I
outrageous.
understand. I do understand that they're supposed to be a good team. Last year they were injury riddled, but 6-10 and you get 5 nationally televised games. Same with the Cowboys, who were hot garbage, and get 4 nationally televised games. I mean, Jesus, I'm not even crying because the Falcons are getting it because we suck too. But you're telling me there's nobody else you could have gave them to?
The Cowboys, we know they always get 16 games televised. They're always on TV.
Right.
So that don't matter.
They're one of the biggest franchises. So.
Like, why is 49ers get so many televised games?
right.
What? Because who's their quarterback? Is that why?
Well, right, because there's a question around who the quarterback's going to be. That's exactly what it is.
Because they know that the 49ers are going to win the division this year, so maybe that's why. They want the better team in the division televised more, so maybe that's why.
What's good, Rick? Rick is in the building, man. Back at it, man. He's talking about the Eagles. The Eagles.
Oh, Eagles! I hate to tell you, but you're going to lose week 1, 0-1, baby.
Who they play?
The Falcons.
Who you think they play?
The schedule right behind Kenny's head.
Oh man. So
Circle it. It's an L.
All right, so let's get right to it with our schedules individually. We're gonna let Phil you go first. Are you looking? Is your prediction for this year to get out of the mid high tier diagonal pick for
We're trying to do for this year, probably we're trying to make it to the high to upper higher playoff bracket this year. So that's our goal. So let's see, hold on. I just gotta pull up the schedule real quick. And then we start off facing the Dolphins first week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I believe that we're gonna split with the Dolphins, even though Kenny believes otherwise. But
I didn't say you weren't. I just said you're gonna lose week 1.
Yeah, you said we're gonna start. Oh yeah, you did actually. So, we have the Dolphins. I believe we're gonna win at home, then lose at Miami. So, 1-0 right there. We're gonna beat the Jets because the Jets are the Jets, even though they have Zach Wilson and some upgraded weapons. The Saints, I believe, with Jameis Winston, it can go either way, but I probably do have the Saints winning that game. And then Tom Brady returns to New England the next week, week 4, which he'll be playing a game at LA. So there's some, he might have some lag, but as of right now, I see the Bucs winning that game. So I have the Patriots at 2-2 right now, best case scenario. But I mean, they could also pull off a 3-1 maybe, but I'm a very I like to be very hopeful. So the Texans, they don't have a team. That's a win. Cowboys, I think we'll probably lose to the Cowboys because I think Dak will have a comeback here, probably be a comeback player of the year candidate. I feel like that Cowboys offense is going to be great this year. The Jets, the Jets will win that one. I think we can eke out a win against the Chargers. So it's a win right there. It won't be pretty, but it'll be a close game because we blew them out last year, and I don't think that's going to be the same game as last year. So because they're going to want some revenge from last year. The Panthers, I think Sam Darnold is going to do very well in that Panthers offense. I think we'll probably lose to them.
Yo, matter of fact, I want to say something before you keep going. Did you guys see that Teddy Bridgewater said they did not practice 2-minute offense or red zone offense for the Panthers last season?
I'm not shocked.
That is so fucked up.
That makes sense.
That means that you're not invested in him at all, and you're setting him up for failure. 100%.
Well, they knew it. He was their bridge quarterback. We knew he was the future there.
Right.
Yeah, but not to even have it in practice to.
Oh no, I hear you, but like
that's
it's
crazy.
It literally just shows like you're only here until we find something better. We don't really care. We're giving up on this season.
That is wild.
Makes sense.
Going back to it, Cleveland, very good defense. They got revamped this year. That's an L. The Falcons, 28-3 final score that's a W. Let's see.
Who's throwing the ball again for you guys? I hear you
I just want to see your reaction.
No, I hear you giving out a lot of wins, but I don't even think you know who's playing quarterback for you.
Oh, Tom Brady, obviously. No, it's gonna be. It's most likely gonna be Cam. So honestly, yeah, we'll probably lose to the Falcons.
There's a question mark next to it. Put it that way.
Yeah, most likely. But I mean, I'm hoping Cam goes because week 1 through 4 Cam was amazing, and then the rest of that just went all downhill. So I'm hoping that Cam shows up.
Amazing. I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yeah, I wouldn't say amazing. I'd say he was good.
Yeah.
He was very good.
He played
amazing is pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's see. Titans. That could be a 50-50 one, just because of all the changes they had in the offseason. But I think we could squeak one out. The Bills. I feel like we'll split with Buffalo as well. We'll probably lose at Buffalo. The Colts will lose to the Colts because of Carson upgraded quarterback play. Buffalo.
Time out. You said split with Buffalo?
Yeah, we'll split with Buffalo.
Okay.
No. Don't forget to record this.
That shit.
I just feel like we're gonna. Besides the Jets, we're gonna split with the Dolphins, and it's possible. It's possible.
You might lose to the Jets 2 times.
You might go 0-6 in the division.
You might lose every single game.
I know he knows that. I know he has that feeling deep down inside, but he still got to keep the faith because it's looking real bad out there.
Like when we said it, he wants to respond, but he can't.
So,
I mean, going off of last year, I think we're a better team. Last year,
yeah, I did add a lot of pieces, and if the defense comes back, then
they're all old.
Right. Hey, listen.
This year's pretty much going to be a lot of relying on the defense.
They're not. You don't have Stephon Gilmore this year, do you?
We have him under contract still, so hopefully.
But he's not playing. He tore his shit second to last game of the season last year, didn't he?
I think he'll be back. It wasn't too bad. I think he'll be back though.
What did he tear?
I thought he tore his Achilles, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was hamstring. It was one of those.
No way Achilles. We would have known that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
We'll split with Buffalo. We'll beat Jacksonville, and then we'll lose to Miami.
All right, so give me an overall record then.
Let's see. 17-0. No, probably somewhere between the realm of 8-9, 9-8, somewhere around that realm.
8-9.
So either just making the playoffs or mid.
So exactly what you said last year.
Exactly.
So exactly what you said last year, but your team got better.
Yeah,
better.
Like I said, I could be completely wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, but probably I think our ceiling could be 10, 11 wins, but our floor can be 7. 6 or 7.
Yeah, we could make the playoffs or we could completely miss the playoffs.
Right.
This is
typical
crazy.
Phil covering himself.
This is crazy.
Yeah, wild. I think so that's my outlook. Highest 10 or 11, lowest 6 or 7.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the Rams schedule, I mean, as far as the overall team goes, I think we got better. We got Stafford. We lost Goff. I mean, we did lose John Johnson. We did lose Troy Hill. Mm-hmm. But we kept some other key pieces under contract. We kept Darius Williams. We got Leonard Floyd back, and we had some good signings in the draft. So we got to hope our offensive line stays healthy. That's the big part this year. If the O-line can stay healthy, I think we're going to do all right. Mm-hmm. We didn't pick a single offensive lineman in the draft. I don't know why. I think the coach was just like, fuck it, we'll throw him. Well, Stafford's never had an offensive line, so let's just see what he can do. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, just looking at the Rams schedule, you could see kind of behind me a little bit what we got going on. That week 2 was right there with the Colts game there. So I think week 2 we got Colts, week 3 Tampa Bay, week 4 we got the Seahawks, week 4 we got the Arizona, and then we got the Seahawks week 5, the Thursday night football game too. Mm-hmm. Then we got the Giants. Then we play the Lions. That's Goff coming back to the Rams Stadium. I'm expecting Goff to throw for like 10 touchdowns that game. Texans, Titans, San Francisco, Green Bay, Jaguars, Cardinals, Seahawks, Vikes, Ravens, and then we finish against the 49ers. So just running through it real quick, I see 2 losses right off the bat. Straight off the bat, coming into the season, I see 2 losses as a Rams fan. Mm-hmm. I see a loss week 17. I see a loss against the 49ers, and then I see a loss week 10 against the 49ers. So that's 2 losses right away. All right. Okay. I see another potential loss against the Packers because it's the Packers.
Okay.
It's his quarterback.
And then I see another potential loss against the Bucs. I think week 3 is early to play a Bucs team that brought every single person back.
For sure.
I don't see another loss on the schedule after that. I see the Rams losing 4 games. They shouldn't lose another game after that.
So what are you saying? 12-5?
No, 4 games we lose.
13 and 4.
13 and 4. 13 and 4.
All right.
13 and 4. NFC West champions. NFC champions. Super Bowl loss in the Super Bowl because I can never win anything in my life.
Okay.
Ow!
Kenny, you want
What do
me
you
to
think
go
about
next?
Kenny? I just want to hear Kenny's thoughts on that. Kenny, what are your thoughts on what I said?
I mean, I told you I was very high on the Rams coming into the season. I think that behind Tampa Bay, they're the best team in the NFC. So, do I think that 13-4 is possibly unrealistic to project? Yes, but I mean, if I'm a fan, I probably make the same projection. It's not too far out of the realm of possibility.
Lawrence, what do you think?
I think they're in the NFC Championship.
I wouldn't have pulled it up. I think it's pretty accurate. That Packers game might be. We don't know what's gonna happen.
It's at Green Bay, November 28th.
So
it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, it is gonna be cold. But you got. I don't know. I could. And another thing is, you said, what about the Ravens game? You guys got. You think you're gonna beat the Ravens?
It's week 17, so depending on that could be another potential loss. Depending on
that's week 16. 16. I believe it is. I think
it says week 17. I'm on the schedule here.
It's week 7 because there's 18 weeks now, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the 18th week is against 49ers. So that's the last game of the season.
Oh, because of the bye week.
The bye week. Yeah.
My fault.
So that I think the Ravens game, we're in Baltimore. I think we're gonna go to Baltimore and get payback on what happened last time Baltimore came into the Coliseum, and I think they put up 60 on us. It wasn't even close. So Marcus Peters was all up in our face, everything, all that. So I mean,
Lamar Jackson single-handedly won me a fantasy game with that week.
Yeah, that was insane. But that, the crazy thing about the Rams schedule is like, it's the NFC West. So the Cardinals. I mean, I don't think we'll ever lose the Cardinals again. To be honest with you, we haven't lost the Cardinals in 5 years. But the Seahawks games, it could go either way. We could win, we could sweep, we could split, or we could lose both. Like it's just you just don't know these interdivisional games, right? I mean, y'all know how it is, Saints and Falcons. So you just don't know. But yeah, I think 5 losses, 4 to 5 losses is definitely not out of the question for this team at all. And I don't think that would be a reach. I think the mainstream media will go as far as saying that they'll lose 7 games because they don't ever give the Rams any type of respect ever whatsoever, except Colin Cowherd. That's probably the only person I think in the mainstream media that gives the Rams any respect. But yeah, I don't think it's out of the question. And
I will tell you, I have NFL.com Cynthia Freeland's her model projections up for teams.
Yeah.
And she has where are the Rams? She has the Rams at 8.8 wins.
See? Never get any respect.
Yeah.
That's insane. But coming into last year is the same thing. The Rams will be lucky to win 6 games last year. What happened? We went into the second round of the playoffs.
Right.
So it's every single year. People don't understand. Like Sean McVay is an amazing head coach, and I mean, I don't think we upgraded at defensive coordinator, but I don't think we downgraded. I mean, if anything, it was equal. Raheem Morris is going to be a fucking star on that defense with the players that he has. That's potential for number 1 defense in the league again.
Mm-hmm. I'll go next. I've reposted the Saints schedule, just the opponents and the way, and everybody. All hell broke loose. Teams that haven't had quarterbacks for a decade are just convinced that the Saints are out of it altogether. It's just completely fucking stupid.
Like who?
Like the Giants quarterbacks have sucked forever. Just trash. Like people that are like the Raiders coming out of nowhere saying the Saints are done.
Oh, Derek Carr though.
Okay.
They beat the Chiefs last year.
In the regular season. Like what are we talking about?
Hang on, but didn't they beat the Saints in the regular season
what are we
last year
talking
too,
about? Yes, they did.
Wait, but
that's not the point though. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying what these fans are saying, but we beat the Chiefs last year.
It's just nonsense.
Derek Carr.
Right.
They are starving for a good quarterback.
We got a good tight end.
But
Aaron Waller.
But that's the reoccurring thing that I see. Everybody's got just the Saints tanking completely. I don't think that's going to be the case. I like Jameis Winston. I like a quarterback that can throw past 15 yards for an entire season. If anybody watched the Saints, Kenny could probably back me up on this. We're rivals and all that, but at the same time, Sean Payton had to shut down 75% of the playbook for Drew Brees. Now, Jameis Winston can throw the ball down the field. Completely different offense. Complete different outlook for me. Like, now if they go with Taysom Hill, now we got some problems. Now I'm gonna have to switch up some games and be like, all right, but I'm gonna go down the schedule. Y'all give
going
me
into the season with Jameis Winston at your quarterback, okay?
Yes,
that's what you're going into the season with.
That's what I'm going with.
All right.
I'm gonna be completely honest with a lot of this shit that I say. Right now, off the bat, I'm looking at 6 losses that could potentially happen. So I got the Saints losing to Green Bay off rip. That's pending if Aaron Rodgers is there. They come to New Orleans. They played in New Orleans last time, outplayed the Saints, and the Saints came back too late. And then I would say the Saints beat Carolina. The Saints beat the Patriots. The Saints beat the Giants. And then the second loss I could see happening is Washington, where Jameis Winston potentially has a game where he has a hiccup or something, and the defense for Washington shows up. They're young, fast, and they play well. And then I could see us losing to Seattle. I like us to split between Tampa and Atlanta, the respective home games for each team. So we go to Atlanta, we lose. We go to Tampa, we lose. But when they come to us, we beat them. That's my personal opinion. Tennessee, I feel like we beat. We definitely get Philadelphia back for allowing them to beat us last year in New Orleans, because that was just a disaster. I could see us losing to Buffalo, and I believe that is Thanksgiving. I would not like to see that happen because I know my phone is going to go crazy.
Yep, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. And I could see then they come back the following week and they play Dallas. And the Saints always play Dallas pretty tough, especially the defense. The defense always showed up. The last
Shouldn't
time
lose that game.
Yeah, the last time they played, I think it was 13-10. Came down to the wire in New Orleans. I think that was 2 years ago. I see the Saints beating the Jets. I think they find a way to beat the Dolphins at home and the Carolina Panthers late in the season, and then they lose to the Falcons the last season in Atlanta. I think they go either 11-6 or 12-5. At max, I say they should get 6 losses. At max. And that's me giving leeway on some games. So
if Taysom is somehow quarterback, what's the outlook now?
That changes
7-10.
Because honestly, I don't think it's gonna be that severe. But the way I look at it is what can he do? Like did he got an off season, but it's not. He's 31 years old. You got he can't do much to his game anymore at this point in his career because he's football's muscle memory. Like he's a gadget guy. Everybody's going to call him a gadget guy. But to fix your throwing motions, that takes years and years and years of work. Like, he can't just come back and be Peyton Manning in the pocket. That's just not going to happen. But if he can, fix up his mechanics and shit, because his throwing motion, his arm slots are just horrific. He's, really just he's like a baseball player that is like a running back, receiver, or just whatever on defense, and you put him at quarterback. And he just throws. So I think they would, if he plays, I could see 7 losses. But with the 6, I'm giving leeway. I'm being all right, Buffalo's a tough team, Seattle's a tough team, and we got Tampa too. Tampa, we can get swept by Tampa too. Never know. We can get swept by Atlanta. We never know. So, but I would say with him at max 7, and that's at worst. I don't see anything higher than that. And I feel like the Saints aren't going this season, despite what people say about the quarterback shit, even though they've been starving for a quarterback on their team for a decade, since they've been a fan of football. But that's my take. What you got, Kenny? What's your feedback?
No, I mean, Yeah,
see that.
it sounds very realistic. Again, nothing outlandish because I think, like you said, I think the offense gets better actually. Jameis Winston throwing the football, so
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, coming off of Jameis Winston obviously playing like he did with the Bucks, like they a lot of people look at the 30 interceptions, but they overlook the 30 touchdowns and all those yards. So he's a capable passer. And plus he has his vision corrected, I think through
Exactly.
surgery or like LASIK surgery. So
Yeah.
we got to see what he can do with that Saints offense.
I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm ready for him to be the quarterback because I miss the days when Drew Brees was throwing the ball down the field. Like, but that's my 2 cents. Kenny, what you got with the Falcons, man? What's up?
So I automatically just build in with division games. I say 3-3. I don't know if it's going to be a split, if you sweep someone or someone sweeps you, but I feel like 3-3 is fair. So I'm not going to get into which games, division game 3 we're going to win, we're going to lose because, like Neil said, it's always a toss up. So I'm just going to go 3-3 automatically.
Yep.
Week 1 we got Philly. So that's a win. I just don't see them coming out week 1. New coach, who's their quarterback? Are they even hurts? No, we're going to win week 1. We get the Giants week 3. Danny nothing. That's a W. Washington football team. See, this is where I have the problem with the Falcons because I don't think Washington has a great offense, but they have a phenomenal defense, and the Falcons' defense can't hold water. So we possibly lose that game. So now we're looking at there's our 4th loss.
Mm-hmm.
We beat the Jets. Dolphins, same thing. Their offense isn't really impressive. Defense, great. There's your 5th loss. Cowboys, we beat them. Patriots, we beat them. Jags, we beat them. Niners, it'll be tough. I think it depends on who the quarterback is. That one go either way. For argument's sake, I'll probably just say we win it right now. We beat the Lions. We lose to the Bills. So that gives us 6 losses, but then we possibly have that 1 loss against the Niners. So we're looking at 10-7, 11-6, which I think is very realistic.
So all of us have our teams at double-digit wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like I'm talking, that's the high end too. Like I'm not going to sit and say, "Oh, high end, we can win 15 games," because I know we can't. Like if all things go perfect, the Falcons go 11-6 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and same thing with the Patriots. Like perfect, it's 10 or 11 tops.
We all want our team to be in double digits, but that shit once that the middle of the season comes, you got all that the injury reports start hitting, and those guys ain't the same. They can't.
That's really what it is, man. If you can stay healthy,
that's what it is.
Also, side note, the Falcons here, they're not doing me any favors with this whole Julio Jones being on the trading block nonsense and all the we're not trading him, we're in win now mode. So I would just like to point out to all the viewers, if you go to the Atlanta Falcons Twitter right now and you look at the schedule wallpapers that they just released, they released one that's just the schedule. They released the second one with a bunch of players at the top. Julio Jones is your franchise guy, right? Obviously, Julio Jones is the pitcher, isn't he, guys? No.
Ooh.
Matt Ryan, Young Ho Koo, Kelvin Ridley, Grady Jarrett, AJ Terrell Jr., and Chris Lindstrom.
Thanks.
Or it might even be Caleb McGarry, one of the young offensive linemen. Jeez. So you're not doing it. You're not doing anything to convince people that he's not available.
Oh, yeah. Also a side note with the regular season. Did we know if the COVID rules change at all or the protocol? Because that will also play a big factor into next year.
They're going full steam ahead. They're expecting full capacity in most stadiums.
Oh. Yeah, but as far as the player safety rules and stuff, that's all going to be the same. Like
they should. Every single player should be required to be vaccinated, and it won't matter. That's what they should do. They should require vaccination, and it won't matter what the fuck happens. No symptoms if you're vaccinated.
This is all facts.
Yeah, absolutely true.
But yeah, so the Falcons. If I find out in a month and a half that we traded Julio Jones, then this whole thing gets changed. But they keep telling me we're in win now mode. You can't be in win now mode and trade your best player though. So I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be a good season. We start to see just the delusional fans again because it's 0-0. But once that week 7 and week 8 hits, week 9, reality starts to set in and people start throwing the players that they praise at the beginning of the season under the bus. I can't wait for that. Can't wait. It's a great time every NFL season when the people that have been praising their players and they start, this guy's a bum, trade him, he's trash. But
What?
let's get.
Also want to point out the hardest to easiest schedules. Falcons have the third easiest schedules, according to last year's records, obviously. Whereas the Rams have the 10th hardest schedule. New Orleans has the 22nd hardest, so you're pretty much right in the middle.
Yeah.
In New England, whereas
they did us in last season.
You're tied for 19th hardest, so you're right there with New Orleans. You're right in the middle.
Yeah, man, I'm looking at this, bro. I'm looking at this shit, like, and I'm like, 22nd hardest. Like this shit is stacked, bro. Like, I could only imagine if we had the Niners on this too. Lord.
Yeah, see,
Lord,
I like our schedule. That's the one perk of playing like garbage the year before is you get all the other garbage teams from divisions.
Yeah,
that's why the Rams are always top 15, top 10 in strength of schedule because we have to play the 49ers twice, the Cardinals twice, and Seahawks twice.
Right. Like, as much as like we talk crap about the NFC East teams, like you almost got to feel bad for a team like Washington that was only 7-9 and finished in first place, and they get a first place schedule. Like, because you're a mediocre team at best, and now you got to play the league's best teams.
Yep.
Shit
is crazy.
And they almost won that first playoff game too, man. It was close. They played the Bucs close.
Let's get right to some more NFL, man. Some fans were upset about this move by Urban Meyer. Is Tim Tebow is coming back. He was a quarterback his whole life, and he's coming back as a tight end. Almost a decade removed from the game. Am I wrong?
8 years.
Almost a decade. So
almost a decade. So about 8 years.
He's coming back after almost 10 years of being out of the game, and he's going to play another position. How does that make y'all feel?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think people are making this a bigger deal than it has to be, strictly because like Kaepernick's still in the league. But let me point this out to people.
Oh, I'm saying besides the cap thing.
I know that's what, but I just want to point out to people who I've been seeing making that comparison. Yeah. I'm very pro Kaepernick. This has nothing to do with it. It's comparing apples to oranges because this is just Urban Meyer looking out for his guy. Like this, like if anybody who's played sports understands the bond between a coach and their star athlete. A lot of you guys have had coaches that have real life jobs, and when you needed a job in the summer or something, who hired you? Your coach. This is the same thing. This is Urban, except now it's just at the highest level. Urban Meyer said, I got an extra roster spot. My guy Tim is in shape. We're not going to be competing for nothing this year. Tim wants another shot. I'm giving Tim a shot. I think people are looking too far into this.
Yeah, I agree with Kenny. First off, obviously it sucks Kaepernick's not in the league, but at this point, I don't think he wants to come back into the league.
Right.
He had tryouts, he had media days and everything. I mean, after that fact, he said that it was a show for the NFL to just put him out there, or whatever, and it was just a joke. But regardless of all that shit, I don't think he wants to play football anymore, no matter what. Yeah. And like exactly like Kenny said, he was his coach in college. That was his man. I mean, he's been. It's not like he hasn't been doing nothing. He played AAA baseball too, so it's not like he's not been sitting on the couch. He's been in shape, working. And if he's probably took steroids for AAA baseball, so he's probably massive. So I like I said, I agree with Kenny. I think everybody's making a big deal about it, and it's mostly people that are saying Kaepernick should be in the league. He's not coming back in the league. It's been how long now? Almost 6 years now, 5 or 6 years.
Not coming back.
And it'd be one thing to if Urban brought him back and said Tim's my quarterback, then we can have this conversation. But he literally brought him back as a tight end. Like not even a starting tight end, just on the roster listed as tight end.
And isn't it rumors that he wants to coach too or something like that?
He'll probably stay after and be a wide receiver coach or something. Who knows?
Right. Don't be shocked if he gets cut in the preseason and just sticks on as a coaching staff.
Another thing is, like, with the whole Kaepernick situation, like a quarterback of that caliber who was at his time was, top 7, top 10 quarterback in the league. What do you expect for him to do now? The game has changed so much since he left. Like, what are his actual expectations for people that are upset about the whole Kaepernick Tebow thing? Like, what are your expectations for Colin Kaepernick? To be honest be honest. Level
and a guy like
Pete come start.
Right. Well, Pete Carroll put it perfectly because he said they were going to sign Cap that year when he initially got cut. But he said he's too good to be a backup, and I don't want to bring him in as a backup here. And Russell has one bad game, and now I got to hear, let's start Cap because Cap is a capable starter. That's what a lot of these coaches got to be thinking. Like, Cap is too good to be my backup quarterback, so I can't bring him in. The teams you got to be mad at are the teams that don't have a starting quarterback.
Which after this year's draft is not many, because this year was stacked with quarterbacks. So Kaepernick missed his chance.
And trust, I've been very pro Kaepernick here. I just hate seeing the comparison with Tebow and Cap because I don't. It's a very incomparable.
But I was, from my standpoint, I put the Cap shit aside.
I know you were.
That shit is dead and gone. But just seeing people talk about that shit is just don't make no sense. People just want to complain about something, but I think of it as, like, is he gonna really be able to compete as a tight end? They probably, I don't know who they even have, but it's like,
why not? Why wouldn't he be?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I think
he's not small. He's not a small person.
I've seen the argument, like, also another argument online for Tim Tebow is this is a cash grab. This is like just signing him to fill seats with. I mean, it possibly could be because Tim Tebow has been a somewhat popular name ever since he left baseball. I mean, Tim Tebow will fill some seats in that stadium, and also
they're gonna sell out. That's his home place, his home state,
right? And then one of the arguments made against Tim Tebow was like they signed Tim Tebow as a tight end, but there's plenty of people who's played tight end for I don't know how long, 5+ years, maybe their whole life, and they weren't signed. Which, I mean, like Kenny said, this is pretty much a favor for Urban Meyer doing for.
Maybe what's going to happen is they signed him and he's going to retire. Maybe that's what's good.
Well,
he just wants to retire.
But not even that. Like that argument, because Phil, I've seen that too. But
yeah,
every day somebody is getting hired over someone that's more qualified for a job. Like I hate to break it to you,
and it's not
this is America,
either.
Right? This is America.
Country.
Like you, there are people that are more qualified sitting at home. Then that's what happens. It's
absolutely
what is the famous saying? It's not what you know, it's who you know. This is exactly that, but just at the highest level that people have seen.
Yep.
And it's not like Urban Meyer guaranteed him a starting job. He's just said we're signing him as a tight end. That's all. He might get to training camp, and they cut him before the first preseason game.
Right.
Let's pump the brakes until it's week 10, and he only has 2 catches and is allowing 17 sacks. Then that's when we could say, okay, the experiment is done.
Right. Once those tickets sell out, and then he'll be cut. So
they will put him on the line. He's going to be a special package type of guy.
He's going to be
third short, third and 5, maybe second
sure.
5. That's when it's a passing play, and he'll run some slant routes or some shit. You never know. You know how. I mean, but it's also a gadget guy too. Like you could throw the ball over to him, and he could throw the ball. Like that's another thing of having somebody like that on the team. He could do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
so I mean, I think it's a cool signing. To be honest with you,
I love it.
We got Otto in the chat. What's good, bro?
I can't wait to use him in Madden.
For sure.
Right.
But man, like we were just talking about the schedules and everything. Kenny, you got Green Bay on your schedule too?
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
I do. Me and you, Lawrence.
We got Detroit.
Yeah, I got Green Bay. Yeah.
You got Detroit too, Lawrence?
No.
Oh, we got Detroit.
Yeah. I was gonna say I didn't get Detroit, but just the Aaron Rodgers drama. What do y'all think is gonna happen with that?
Same thing every year, but I think it's every year we say the same thing too. Oh, it might be for real this time. I don't think
it's gotten.
It's never
gotten to this point. It's never.
They said that it's been as far at this point that when free agents were trying to sign with Green Bay, they called Aaron Rodgers and he told them, "Do not sign here because I promise I'm not playing here."
Oh. Also, a side note with the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. I think maybe a couple of days ago or a week ago, Adam Schefter reported that he made a mistake with the whole story altogether. He was just piecing stuff in the past and basically saying that this is what he'll believe will happen, not like Aaron Rodgers, stuff like that. So I'm guessing he messed up the story to boost ratings for the draft. I think that's what he admitted as.
I saw that, but at the same time too, I don't really blame Schefter because Jay Glazer came out with a very similar report at the same time. So to me, this is Aaron Rodgers in his camp leaking this story, and they don't like the backlash they got. So they're trying to blame other people. Exactly.
That too, with Randall Cobb and all of them. David Bakhtiari, his girl is fire.
I saw for Aaron,
I said, geez.
we pretty much see this ending terribly for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers as a group. But I mean, if they don't give him what he wants, he can simply just become a game show host for the rest of his life because Jeopardy loved him, so obviously he has that in his back pocket. So
yeah, but do you know if he retires, he has to pay them $11.5 million this year, and if he stays retired next year, he has to pay them another $11.5 million.
He's not retiring. Devontae Adams went on the Cowherd show. And
that Jeopardy paycheck better be nice then.
And was talking about like he was like saying how what was he? He was talking about like the whole situation. It was like what? He's a free agent next year too. He's like if he didn't say it, but you could tell he was like if Rodgers goes like. But especially somebody of his caliber, it's like
he comes on the market.
Here comes the Brinks truck.
Don't worry about going on the market because they're just gonna franchise.
Yeah, it's just
they're gonna. He's gonna die in Green Bay. They're gonna franchise that.
franchise.
Right. So who do we see? So who do you see being the top destination for him, like trade wise? Because that's the only way you're gonna get him trade wise.
I just wish that the Rams didn't trade for Stafford yet, because I mean they were already linked. We were already linked together.
Because he's from there. He's from there, right? He's from Cali, right?
He's from Cali.
He went to UCLA, I think.
Nah, he went to
Cal.
Yeah. So, man, listen.
Denver is the hottest spot.
Yeah, you could say there. I can see the Raiders going to do some crazy shit too.
The Raiders hasn't been linked there too.
John Gruden probably like, yes.
Bro, it's honestly one of the craziest. It's honestly one of the crazy. Like, I don't even know of a place where he could go. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't even know.
Denver and Vegas are the two realistic options, but the fun option is right here.
Oh my God! You just signed Matt Ryan.
Get out of here.
Yes, but we can trade him to Green Bay so they have their nice vet quarterback. So this way you don't have to start Jordan Love yet, like you don't want to. You can start Matt Ryan, and you give us Aaron Rodgers, who you guys couldn't put offense around him. We put nothing but offense around him. Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, Hayden Hurst. I mean, come on. Aaron Rodgers has never had this embarrassment of riches. Send him to Atlanta.
Wait, Hayden Hurst is staying there.
Hayden Hurst, he's this year, and then we're gonna get rid of him after this year.
Okay, all right.
But so you give him those, man. Aaron Rodgers will have 3 Super Bowl rings.
I want to know what his fucking problem is. That's what I want to know. What is his fucking problem?
What is his problem?
He's the NFC Championship,
bro.
What's the problem with him?
He's tired. He's tired.
Imagine going to an NFC Championship the year before and being like an offensive piece away. And in the first round, they trade up, and you're getting all excited, like, yes, I'm finally gonna get my piece. And you look, and they draft Jordan Love in the first round of the draft when you are one piece away from going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you gotta think about it this way now. It's like,
but reason why they lost that game against the Buccaneers, though, it was not. It was
Aaron
Rodgers throwing interceptions.
I'm talking about the year prior, though. That's what's all started this. Drafting Jordan Love is what started this fracture in the relationship.
Okay, and then you still go back to the NFC Championship,
right? So once again, it shows again though. Maybe if you would have drafted me some help this year, we win the game. Instead, we got right back to where we were last year, and we can't get over the hump. You know why? Because you drafted Jordan Love.
It's constant excuses being made.
It's not excuses when it's real, though, Neil.
It's not.
What have they done for him?
They lost that game. They lost that game though because he threw picks. They had a top 5 defense.
Let's go.
They had a top 5 offense in the league coming into that game.
But you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. But you actually like his number 2 option to throw the ball to is Marquez Valdez-Scantling or Alan Lazard.
Inconsistent.
I mean, these are guys that if Aaron Rodgers isn't throwing the football, we don't know who they are.
Yeah,
and
Robert Tonyan had a great year last year.
And
Robert Tonyan had a great year. Okay,
equivalent St. Brown too.
Yeah, so Aquinas St. Brown. So you don't even. These are guys. If Aaron Rodgers ain't throwing the football, we don't know who they are. Perfect example: the year when Aaron Rodgers went down and Brett Hundley was the quarterback, nobody knew who was catching footballs in Green Bay. And it's all the same guys they have now. Same exact players.
No, you got to think about it this way, right? He sits there and he watches Drew Brees get piece after piece. He watches the Rams go get piece after piece. They go and watch Tom Brady. You go and watch what Tom Brady did. He tailor-made. I want him and him. He probably put it in the contract. You got to sign them. That's the only way I'm signing here.
Like Bill Belichick even went and got pieces this offseason.
Yeah, like he's watching people. Like that's ultimate disrespect. Like he has Devontae Adams and that's it.
I don't know about that. He's got two very good running backs.
He's got one now. Jamal Williams is not there anymore. He's now in Detroit.
One very good running back. And
Tanyan's all right.
Yeah, and the other one he's all right. He's like a good spillback.
But he's not there anymore anyways.
Yeah. Like he wasn't that, and he's injury prone as shit too.
Yeah, plus also some sneaky good picks if Aaron Rodgers gets traded. The San Francisco 49ers, well, they have the quarterback, so who knows what happened with them. But also the Washington football team. That could be a very good sneaky pick if they want
Curtis Samuel, Scary Terry.
He's not going. Lord. He's not going to.
They're not keeping him.
Yeah, they're keeping three fucking quarterbacks.
But they're not going to keep him in the NFC.
No, I like Washington too. That might be.
I don't think they keep him.
Yeah, I agree too.
I just don't think they keep him in the NFC though. No, I agree with you guys. I don't see that happening.
Or he says fuck the NFC and says I'm going to go hang out with Pat Mahomes in the AFC and see what's good, and goes to the Titans.
Goes to the Titans. Like his chances.
It's not impossible.
They just paid him. They just paid Tannehill his money, so
they get a player's coach.
It's gonna be swapped though. No matter where he goes, you're gonna get that team starting quarterback.
Yeah. All right, man. Another thing that's been on social media. I believe who was debating it.
Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah, Kendrick Perkins, and who else? They were going
back and forth. I think it was on First Take. Wasn't it?
I think a lot of different people have been debating this on like various platforms.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think is harder to win, an NBA championship or NFL championship?
I think Kendrick Perkins made a great point when he was talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Break it down.
Or I don't even know if it was Kendrick Perkins. I forget who it was. I don't remember who it was that said it. But the best way to put this is this: if you go down 3-1 in a series in an NBA. You got, 3 more games to play to come back and possibly win? I mean, obviously, if you lose one game, you're done. But you still have 3 chances if you win to continue to win that championship. There's no going down 3-1 in a series in the NFL. You have one game. That's it.
Yeah, because the pain it puts on your body for a single game.
Not even that. I mean, obviously the season is hard, but it's a hard. I mean,
you can say that for nobody would agree to a 3-game series. In the NFL.
I know, but it's relative because the NBA season is, obviously it takes a toll on your body, but you're not smashing dudes constantly. No homo. But anyways, what I meant to say is you're not getting a series in the NFL. Yeah. You're getting a series in the NBA.
Yeah.
So. You get, and then that's throughout the whole playoffs.
I feel like it's less punishing on your body. There is contact and shit, but it's less punishing versus the NFL.
Regardless, you have one chance. That's it in the NFL. Like you get there and you have a chance. That's it.
I think that's where it's different. I think in the NFL, it's easier for the lower seeded teams to win a championship because I just got to beat you once. I just got to have one good game. Whereas the NBA is more favored towards the top dogs because you got to beat me I have to have 4 bad days for you to get past me. So that's why I think it's tough. Like that's why I think it's tough. Like for the lower seeded teams, I would love to be in the football situation where I just got to beat you once. But if I'm a higher seeded team, I love that I get 7 chances to beat you 4 times.
Right. I wonder why they ever did that. I wonder why they ever made the NBA series and not just like 3 games or some shit like that.
Money.
Because it used to be 5 games.
Money.
That's true. Money. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, also just breaking it down game wise, not talking about, playoffs and stuff. I feel like, in my opinion, an NFL game has a lot more moving parts, like on the field than an NBA game where there's like 10 total players in an NBA game where, there's a lot more players and moving pieces. Like if the O-line doesn't block or if your defense doesn't do well, the wide receivers got to run their routes, create separation. The quarterback has to, get enough space, throw in motion, running back, blocking.
I think it's equally great though.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think
that part is I think the actual sport itself is equally as complicated because you have to be phenomenal at your craft. But when it comes down to just winning the championship, it's tough. It depends on whose view you're looking at it from. Am I looking at it from the best team in the league or the worst team in the league?
I look at it from the viewpoint of you have more chances Like if you lose, you're not done in the NBA. Like you can lose one. It's not a tournament one punch knockout type shit. If you lose on Monday night, you got Wednesday night. If you lose on Wednesday night, you got Thursday night. You got one night in the
that's
NFL.
Why I'm saying
Sunday night. That's
why I'm saying it favors the better team, because I know I can come out and have a shit game week or game 1 and 2, and guess what? I still got 5 more I can beat you in. Whereas if I'm in the NFL and I'm the best team and I come out and I have a bad game, guess what? I just lost the worst team in the league. Like perfect example is the Bucks rolled through the playoffs except for the first game. They almost lost to the football team, who were the worst team in the playoffs. In a 7-game series, it wouldn't even been close.
Right, and then we barely see upsets in the NBA.
I think it comes down to being prepared too. That goes into it also. Like the NFL, I feel like you got to be prepared, and you can just tell the difference on like who wants it more. In the NFL, that's what it comes down to.
That's a good point too, because it comes, and I would say that's where the whole sport differentiates between the NFL and the NBA. It comes down to being prepared and coaching. If you're a bad coach in the NFL, you're not making gameplay changes at halftime. You don't have a whole day of rest to say, okay, they guarded us 2-3 zone at 2 minutes left. This is how we're going to break that. No, you got 30 minutes to come out and say, okay, if they're playing a cover 2 zone or some shit like that, we're going to run under routes, and that's it. But you have to be able to make those in-game adjustments. Like, yes, there's in-game adjustments in the NBA, but it's nothing compared to like what you have to make in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So you come into the game like Bill Belichick. You come into the game, Bill Belichick has a whole game plan designed for you, and it's literally like to the point where if Jared Goff makes a boot to the right, we're gonna send 4 linebackers in the zone, QB spy him with a DN, and then he doesn't know what to fucking do. And that's why the Rams lost that Super Bowl, because they just did not come into with multiple game plans against the Patriots defense. You just can't overcome something like that. Like it's very difficult to overcome a game plan that you're not prepared for in the NFL, and you have 1 day to do it. That's it. Like that's it.
Exactly. It's all. I think that's the big factor between the two. Also, is about who wants it more. And I feel like the NBA games would be way more savage if it was 1 game.
Oh, crazy!
If it was
bro.
1 game, because we would see people going all out. Like imagine Braun game 1. We've never seen him in game 1 do anything crazy other than his young days.
He only lost 1 game 1 in his whole career.
Well, usually, then the past couple of years, he just let the teams win the first game to figure him out. That's basically what he said.
No, last year was the first time he ever lost a game 1 in his career.
That's Portland.
Oh, okay. But like I feel like it plays like a role in like being ready. Like I think that's the biggest thing.
Well, for example, like a team like Portland or a team like Phoenix, where you have a Dame Lillard or Dev Booker, if they just get hot, they're gonna beat you.
That's the thing too. It's such a hard sport to compare basketball and football, because it's not like. That's not, I mean, yes, a quarterback can get in the zone, right? Like we all know that quarterbacks, running backs, they can get into a zone where they see shit differently. But like if you get into a zone in the NBA, like it's very difficult for anybody to stop you.
Right.
Like
the rim looks like
you could drop anything in there, right? And you could put the best defender on somebody when they're hot like that. And we've seen it. That's how people score 80, 70, 60, because they can't be stopped. It doesn't matter who you put on them. And it's very hard to beat a team that's like that, has a hot player like that.
And you play both sides of the ball. Like when usually if I'm dropping 80 points on offense, I'm feeling myself on defense. My defense is now better too. Like like in football, like if Tom Brady goes off for 600 yards, he can't go out there and stop the other quarterback from throwing for 600 yards.
You still have to make sure your defense.
I feel like you have to rely on it. I feel like the NFL or just football in general is more relying on who's around you. Basketball, you can go and score 100 points by yourself and win the game. You can't win the game by yourself in the NFL.
We saw Russ single-handedly bring OKC to the playoffs that year.
Exactly. Like I think that's the difference too, because there is less players and shit like that too, versus the NFL.
That's a perfect example of LeBron's career right there.
Yeah.
Him single-handedly drag motherfuckers into the finals and win finals. Like,
but he still, I still at the same time, I feel like he gets the guys around him more involved versus the other superstars.
Oh,
no, right, but he gets the most out of him because those same guys, as soon as he leaves, you don't hear from him.
Bro, like LeBron, if you're playing with LeBron, you will get an open shot. Any of us, like all four of us.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. If you're playing on a team with LeBron James, he will put the ball in your hands. You'll be open for a shot.
I truly believe I could score 6 points in an NBA game if I played on LeBron's on the team.
Yes.
You said how many?
Six.
If I just stand at the
those are all free throws.
If I played 35 minutes,
he said all free throws.
All free throws.
If I played 35 minutes and LeBron's on my team, I'm scoring 6 points. I feel like that's not crazy to say.
Listen, that's a lot of what we talking. We talking about regular.
That's why I
season
said 35 minutes. Regular season, 35 minutes. I'm scoring 6 points. I'm gonna get open 3 times.
Bro,
it might be a fast break.
Give you the ball 3 times.
That's what I'm saying.
Easily.
Yeah, but you also have to actually make the shot when LeBron gives it to you.
If I'm in the game for 35 minutes, all I gotta do is make 3 shots.
What's going on in the chat? Hold on. Say Kobe with 80. I'll be the best.
It depends what kind of shots are those, because
I understand.
I mean, Phil talks a lot for someone who's never witnessed me play basketball ever in my life. Like,
I gotta see. I gotta watch the tape. I do gotta watch.
I mean, like, cause you talk a lot of hotness. You never watch me play
Otto's right
ever.
though, Kenny. Otto's right. None of us are playing 35 minutes, bro.
Well, I'm just standing in the corner. I'm not playing defense. Who's playing defense?
You're just gonna sit down at the other end.
You said 35
minutes.
Are you saying right now, or we have time to prepare for the season?
No, right fucking now. Right now.
I don't even know what to expect for 35 minutes. So I don't know what that's even gonna be like.
Bro, you listen. All I'm saying is if any 4 of us were playing in a full game with LeBron James, we are getting open looks. I
probably would be the closest one to survive the 35 minutes.
Most likely.
Oh, 100%.
I would probably
do. Yeah, you're the closest.
I walked downstairs today to come film, and I was tired.
Yo,
but who's scoring the most though?
Who's scoring the most?
Not you, if that's what you're looking for.
I'm second. I'm second.
You're not second.
Hold on.
You're not second.
Hold on. We got to think about this too. Y'all talking about y'all not surviving the 35 minutes. Y'all gonna be dumb tired to shoot.
Easy. I never get tired. Shoot or shoot.
Shoot or shoot, baby.
Stop.
Wait,
exactly.
I'm gonna be open under the basket. Hello.
Kenny arms gonna be shaking and shit. I'm tired.
Bro, I'll tell you what. If it's a layup, I'm not scoring. I do not score layups. That's no.
Oh, if it's layups, I'm scoring 10.
It's threes only for me, or I'm not scoring.
Y'all gonna get glass. Y'all better.
Y'all gotta be James Jones in the corner.
You're missing the point again. LeBron is gonna be open. There's gonna be nobody near me. Like, this is the part you're missing. I'm not saying I got to score on people. I'm going to be wide open. It's going to be like a shoot around.
You are going to get pinned. It doesn't even matter from where. They'll catch so fast.
It's going to be on a fast break. Everyone's going to have broken their ankles on the other side of the court.
Yeah, but what if LeBron's whipping it,
I'm going to play against Russ and shit at point guard and be running around the whole game.
Like Otto said, look one-hand pass from Bron to Kenny. Exactly. Yeah, Otto gets it. Otto witnessed it. I played Otto in CYO. I got the chip over him. He knows what's good.
Otto didn't play CYO with us.
Yes, he did when I played in middle school.
Oh.
Yeah. I played with Otto. He's good. Great passer. I'll say I got to watch more tape on Kenny. So
since we talking about basketball and everything, we're going to transition to basketball here. Let's recap what happened in the fantasy league, man. IBTE Sports.
Nick Brzezis, he did what we said was going to happen. His team just was a buzzsaw, and he spanked me. But I did finish in second place, and that's all that matters.
I would love to know what happened to Phil.
I know Phil's over here with the tiny violin and shit. Phil finished in 5th place.
We went over this last week when you weren't here.
No, but you're sitting here with the violin, like ready to run your mouth, like you didn't finish in 5th place.
I did the violin
after you talked the most. After week 1.
I would love to go back at least 10 episodes and clip Phil talking shit every episode about fantasy basketball because he was
always, bro. What? Let's check the fantasy basketball stands. How fantasy basketball go this week? Yeah, Phil got real quiet after he got knocked out.
What happened?
The violin was for you because I was sad for you. I wanted you to win. I even said in the group chat I wanted you to win.
You should be playing the violin for yourself.
I did the week you weren't here. Both weeks you weren't here.
Yeah, well, Phil finished in 5th place for those of you that are still wondering. 5th place, that's right. He gets a participation trophy.
No, not even.
Honestly, for my categories debut, I think
that's terrible. No, I don't want to hear that. See what I mean?
That one might be worse than the mid high.
That is
way worse.
All year running that hot junking up. Well, I've never played categories. It's the same concept. You draft this. players to win
Hold
games.
on, Phil. I ain't complaining not once, bro. I ain't know what was going on during the season.
Right, Lawrence never played nothing. Categories, regular points, nothing.
He won Rookie of the Year though. That's completely different. He got
no
an award.
choice. We had no other choice. That was like
There was no other rookie. Exactly.
So what's the next topic, Lawrence?
Neil finished in 4th.
Yep.
Lawrence finished in 10th, and I finished in 2nd.
Nick Bruze's finished 1st.
But about that NFL league though, be ready. Stepping on necks every week.
I just want everybody that's watching this to understand that when it comes down to fantasy football, like Lawrence really is not going to even make the playoffs. Like he really won't.
I might draft Master after this competitive.
I really am a problem in fantasy football.
You're not though. You're not though.
Lawrence is really trash.
Lawrence, remember
your credibility. Your credibility in fantasy anything is tarnished forever. It's tarnished forever. So what are you talking about? You're a bona fide cheater.
No.
You're a bona fide cheater in fantasy sports, bro.
I mean,
fantasy basketball, and
sports,
all I did was text my friend and tell him to draw a player. That's
across the board. You're a cheater.
At least we know his late first round pick this year. He promised.
Yeah, Cam Akers. He said if you get anywhere from 8 to 10,
easy
Cam
draft.
Akers.
Yes.
He ain't going.
You better draft Cam Akers if you have that pick.
He ain't going to you. Promise you.
Ooh.
You're right. I'm gonna get first pick. You're right. I'm gonna get first pick. It's gonna be easy.
Short list. Go ahead, take first pick.
I don't want first pick. I want dead last. I want the last pick in the fucking draft. I want to go 12 and I want to go 13. Easy.
Honestly, the worst pick in fantasy football is number 1 overall.
Yes, it is. 100%.
I'd rather have the 5th pick and let you guys all try to have the headache of deciding who's going to be the top.
I like
every time that happens.
Yo, what are we?
You have to wait so long.
What are we gonna be doing? Are we gonna do 10, 12? What are we doing?
It depends on how much interest we give. Definitely no less than 10 and no more than 12.
All right, bet.
Right. Yeah. Being first is you have to wait so long just to pick again.
Yeah, I feel like 10 is perfect.
The problem with the first pick is if your first player gets hurt, you're fucked.
That's what I'm saying.
If that first pick gets hurt, you're probably fucked.
But that's what, it's always a headache too. And then you always got to sit there and say, "Oh man, if I take this guy and this guy goes off this year," and it's so I'd rather sit there at 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Let you guys all fight over who you think the top 3 players are. I'll take whichever one you guys missed on, right? And then that always ends up being the best player.
I don't think anybody in my leagues that drafted Christian McCaffrey first last year made the playoffs because he was hurt for so long.
No.
Yeah. All right. So
of course you got a spot, Otto.
Easy.
Absolutely, Otto.
Yeah, especially everyone who drafted Zeke Elliott in the first round this year.
He didn't go in the first in any of my drafts.
Oh.
I think Zeke fell to 3rd in most of mine.
I think he was like 2nd or 3rd too. But I heard a lot of people. I mean, not a lot of people. Some people drafted him first round.
All right, so
Zeke was.
I actually, like I said, we're going to basketball here. What do you guys think is going on with the Lakers, man? From Andre to Bron being hurt, AD being hurt again.
Also, Andre Drummond, has been a little, under the radar.
Honestly,
hasn't been like the player we expected him to be as of late.
I said this a couple weeks ago. I think I tweeted it, just basically saying like, I don't ever remember an NBA season that was this riddled with injuries like this before. Like not just top guys being out, but just a long season. I think I was watching Washington, the Wizards game, and it was a couple weeks ago, and that David Avita dude just did a routine, like go up for a layup or went up for a rebound and came down and just shattered his foot. Like it's just not enough time for NBA players to come. Like they have like 2 months of rest. Like that is just
and wasn't it sped up because of the bubble too, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like especially the Lakers and them, they had like a month of rest. Like honestly, like you had to come right back and start hooping. Like, I just don't think it was smart at all.
No,
and I think you could see. I think you're seeing that heavy on the Lakers right now.
It literally shows it reflects like how the NFL was, the no preseason and all the injuries.
Mm-hmm. The Lakers season don't start until LeBron goes on his social media hiatus in the postseason, though. I ain't worried about nothing.
Zero dark 30. I don't think
exactly.
He does. Does he do that? I don't think he does that anymore, does he?
No, he only didn't do it last year because he was in the bubble, so he wanted to stay connected with people. But he still does it.
Pretty much with the Lakers, it all falls. It all falls on LeBron. It all ends with LeBron because I mean, LeBron and AD are both out tonight to rest up, obviously for playoffs. I mean, I think they'll probably avoid the play-in by a little bit. But it all depends who they play.
Hurry up, then.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if they played that play-in game against the Warriors, they're going to lose the game.
Well, good thing they'd have to lose twice, so I'm not too concerned about it.
Right. Yeah. If LeBron or AD isn't healthy, like if one of them is healthy and one of them isn't, it might be an early playoff exit, early second round, because they need both of those players healthy to make a championship run, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's gonna be an interesting situation.
But I guess my thing though is still out west. Like, I mean, the Clippers are coming on of late, so that's okay. But the Jazz, we all have said that no one is scared of the Jazz. I don't think that that's going to be a problem. The Suns, I think they're a good story, but I don't think they're beating the Lakers in 7.
Right.
The Trailblazers, same thing. You're not beating them in 7. The Warriors aren't beating them in 7. So the Clippers are your only team out there that you really have to worry about in a 7-game series.
I disagree with you. I 100% disagree with you. The Lakers have been playing like ass as of late. And
but
not to mention,
I'm saying with
LeBron, but it doesn't fucking matter.
No.
They have no health right now, no stamina, nothing.
But
they will get.
My point is, they've been
series.
playing like garbage, and LeBron hasn't played. Has LeBron played in any of these games? He's played garbage.
He has the high ankle sprain.
Has LeBron? It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question. Has LeBron been on the court?
One mic.
Has he been on the court?
One mic.
What?
Been on the court?
No, but what I'm saying to you is that it will not matter.
So we're talking about what. But I just said with LeBron playing in the playoffs,
yes,
right or wrong?
I'm telling you, it will not matter. They will lose a 7-game series. They better sweep.
Okay.
They will not win a 7-game series.
Okay.
They won't. They won't stay healthy long enough.
Speaking of health, how the Nets doing?
We got James Harden back tonight. We're good to go.
Oh, so it's different now when you guys get somebody back. It's okay, and all problems are gone now. But when another team gets a player back, there's the problem.
Yeah. Okay, the only difference with the Nets over the Lakers is if they lose Anthony Davis, who else do they have besides LeBron?
Well, when you guys lost Harden, who did you have?
Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
Well, Kyrie
played like ass without but you played like ass when Harden wasn't there, right or wrong?
Oh yeah, we did play like ass, but
so it's the same thing. It's the same thing,
Neil.
It's the same thing.
Not the same thing. How are you going to say it's the same thing if the Nets lose one superstar and have 2 to plug in right behind them?
And when the Lakers don't have Bron,
Rick, hold on. Rick said Max Kellerman and Stephen A.
Also, side note,
y'all going in, bro.
With Kyrie, we might be saying a masked Kyrie in the playoffs because I think this last game he got elbowed in the face, causing a facial contusion. So that could also be a good sign for the Nets. But like I said, like previous podcasts, a lot of podcasts, the 2 key factors for the Nets is also one for Lakers. It's health, and then obviously that defense. How's that defense going to hold up with no Jared Allen, an aging DeAndre Jordan, Nicholas Claxton not getting as much minutes? We just got to see how that interior defense for the Nets stands up during the playoffs, especially going against Embiid's, playing against other teams with a very talented big. So if you're talking about health, you better throw Joel Embiid in there as well. Right. Yeah. That's also true.
All right.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. There's nothing that these teams need more than bye weeks and sweeps. They need that shit. So.
Yeah.
And that goes for the Nets and it goes for the Lakers as well. But if you're comparing rosters, and you have the Lakers and you have the Nets, and you see Anthony Davis out, and you see James Harden out, you're crazy to think that the Lakers roster is better than the Nets. You're crazy.
But so you're saying Anthony Davis is out, but LeBron James is still playing?
Yes.
I'm still taking the Lakers.
Okay. All right.
Hold that thought before y'all rebuttal, man. I wanna thank everybody in the chat, Otto, Rick. Everybody else that is watching that's not really putting any comments out there, we appreciate you for tuning in. Share it to a friend. You tune into IBTE Sports Podcast. Kenny, Phil, Neil, and Lawrence at IBTE Network on all platforms. These 2 are going at it right now. Playoffs is close because there hasn't been no yelling yet in this podcast about basketball. So playoffs is getting close.
We got yelled by $80.
Nell look a little nervous about them Nuts, though.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not worried at all.
There could be a potential Celtics and Nets series, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Celtics with no Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You want the violin?
It's baseball season, obviously.
Pack it up.
That's why I wore this. Going through Jaylen Brown. I mean, he had surgery today for that messed up ligament in his wrist. It's over for the Celtics. If they make,
is it shooting wrist or opposite?
I believe it's let's see, it was on his left wrist, I believe.
Oh, okay. And
But
he's a righty too, right? I think he is.
Yeah. So I mean, with Jaylen Brown gone, they didn't have a good chance to go in the playoffs to begin with. So it just pretty much put the nail in the coffin this year for the Celtics. It's been a very up and down season.
Now Tatum got to go get his playoff numbers real quick.
That's and the only bright side I can see with the Celtics going into the playoffs or almost not making the playoffs, because there could be a realistic chance that they could get booted from the playoffs just by the way they're playing currently.
Mm-hmm.
Tatum's been playing amazing. Kemba Walker has been, we're almost reverting back to his all-star form, because at the last 6 or 7 games they've been playing terrible, but Kemba Walker's slowly been getting back to his scoring ways. And then Aaron Fournier finally decides to show up, because he's been playing decent in replacement for Jaylen Brown, scoring 18 plus, 10 plus after having a shaky start with the whole COVID thing. Yeah. And then Robert Williams has been all right here and there, but he's been injury prone as well. So just pretty much shaky Celtics season. And I don't see, if they do make the playoffs, I don't see them making much noise. They'll probably lose maybe 4-2 or maybe 4-1. This is how the season's going. They need to do a lot of reevaluation, and hopefully they can trade for a big in the offseason. My ideal person will be Miles Turner, but we'll see how that goes.
I'd be petrified right now if I were any team in the play-in situation in the East, and I see Russell Westbrook and Brad Beal coming at me.
Beal's hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hurt his hamstring.
Yeah. Plus, with the way Westbrook
will he be back for the playoffs though?
I believe so.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just one game.
He'll be reevaluated on Friday. He's already missed 3 games.
Right.
The thing is, though, they're most likely going to get into the playoff situation as the 10 seed. I don't see the Bulls jumping them. So if he's healthy, I do not want to see them in a 1-game playoff.
Right, especially triple-double Westbrook mode.
That's what I'm saying.
He's playing with like he's on a mission. I would hate to see the way that Westbrook and Curry's been playing. I do not want to see either of them in a play-in game right now.
Yep, and Oladipo today I just saw that he's out for the season. So you figure Washington probably gets past the Pacers. So now the loser of the Celtics and Hornets game gets Russ and Brad Beal.
Oladipo's on the Heat.
Oh, that's right, duh.
So nobody on the Pacers.
Right, exactly. So.
Yeah, I mean, Karis LeVert
and Miles Turner.
Absolutely nuts. No, Miles Turner's hurt too.
Oh, he's out with the
he's out some sort of foot shit.
Yeah, the foot thing. So it's a bonus has been hurt too. So it's just pretty much Karis LeVert.
It's pretty much Karis LeVert.
Yeah, whoever played the Pacers, and Brogdon has been banged up too. So
who's averaging like 30 and 8 his last 10 games. Karis LeVert is absolutely showing out.
You know who also is showing out in Indiana?
I was gonna say O'Shea Brissett.
O'Shea Brissett.
It's pretty much Karis and O'Shea right now.
Yeah, O'Shea remains the tallest person on the roster for them.
That's
wonderful. You'll love to see it.
All right, man. We got if anybody's J. Cole fans, I'm a huge J. Cole fan. One of my favorite rappers.
Can't wait.
The off season coming out tomorrow at midnight. I don't know if all of y'all are gonna be checking for it. I know me and Kenny are gonna be checking for it. I'm really excited. He has his basketball sneaker with Puma, and now he's going to play in an African league for basketball.
Hell of a promotion.
Oh, he fucking slammed the other day. He 2-hand slammed and landed
his ass.
That was not him.
Huh?
That wasn't him. That was not J. Cole. You're gullible if you think that's J. Cole. And he had Nikes on. He gonna have his Pumas on.
It looked just like him. What do you mean?
It wasn't him.
Okay.
I mean, him.
We obviously see this as a publicity.
He's not gonna have Nike on. He's gonna have Puma on.
So.
It's a practice. It's a practice.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, I think this is a phenomenal move to promote the album, because this is what it pretty much is. We get to see him actually hoop out while promoting his album. So I just can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see him play. I can't wait to hear the album.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. I can't wait. He just released a freestyle on LA Leakers, which is
phenomenal,
pretty dope. So I think that's cool that he's doing that. Great, yeah, like you said, great promo. Something unique. Probably never really seen a rapper really do that, where they're going to play in a basketball league.
Master P,
my fault. Let me put some respect
on the Raptors.
The God.
Dame Dollar.
Dame Dollar.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille, right.
Kobe.
LeBron and Durant.
Kobe had like one song, right?
Yeah.
LeBron and Durant secretly have tapes together, I guess.
That shit slapped. That Kobe song slapped.
KD was a rapper.
Yeah, KD and LeBron have some songs together.
Cause he friends with Dave East or whatever it is. And Dave East was a hooper. He probably could have been in the NBA too. I don't know if y'all listen to Dave East or not, but
Chris Brown potentially as well.
Otto asked if we can have a pregame Sunday podcast for football.
I feel like we can do it once in a while. I don't think we can go into it every Sunday. It's just too tough with schedules and everything. But
bro, so y'all don't know this, but like on Sundays, like when the Rams play, especially if it gets close to the playoffs, like nobody talks to me. Not in this house. They know better.
Well, that's why I know it all depends. But if we do it early enough, where the Rams don't play till 4:30 every Sunday, anyways.
Yeah, I mean every single one of our fucking games, unless it's on the East Coast, is 5 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, also, little side note / commercial break again. Ken, did you want to promote the MLB The Show League?
Yeah, so I got it created. Unfortunately, this year in MLB The Show, you can't do fantasy drafts in your leagues, which is ridiculous.
Yep.
So we can do one of two ways.
Disrespectful.
Right. Either just regular rosters or your Diamond Dynasty teams. I like the Diamond Dynasty team thing, but if some people don't actually play it, it's going to be hot garbage and not fun for you.
Well, Hall of Fame wallet for Diamond Dynasty.
Otto said, y'all going to even be playing in the playoffs?
That's why I said disrespectful. I wasn't talking about Kenny. I was talking about Otto.
Yeah. Gotta love it, man.
Bro, I'm excited for that MLB The Show League, though. I mean, if nobody else wants to get in it, I think we should just start that shit.
I just have to restart it.
Yeah, I got someone that is down.
Are PlayStation 5s available in the store yet, or are people still scratching their necks smoking crack for them?
Bro, you are not getting. You probably won't see a PS5 or Xbox in the store till Christmas.
No, they said it possibly like mid 2022.
Mid 2022?
Yes, that's what I saw.
What? Who's that? Wait, what report?
That's when
I forgot what the article is, but they said that their PlayStation release that they're probably going to be experiencing shortages through 2022.
So everything's having shortages now. Apparently, chicken's been shortage.
Bro, they've been had shortages on the PS5.
Chick-fil-A sauces are getting shortages. Good lord.
Well, 2022. That's when I'll get it.
MLB The Show 2022. I guess we'll play Diamond Dynasty in that.
I'm not staying in no lines. I'm not staying in.
He can get it on PS4 and still play with us though.
I thought you couldn't.
I'm pretty positive you can because it's got cross-platform and I can play.
Yeah, but I think it's cross-platform.
No, but listen, because I read something the other day that like if I play Diamond Dynasty, I can play against a PS4 or Xbox One user as long as I'm not using my created stadium.
Didn't know that.
We'll
have to search that up real quick.
Guidelines. You're reading out there.
I got a little cousin with a PS4 who asked me 25 questions, so I got to know this stuff.
Any other questions? Any other topics? Anything that y'all want to hit on?
Great.
Since we haven't all been together in 2 weeks as a collective.
Hold on. We can talk about Russell Westbrook.
Yo, that draft party was a vibe, man. The draft party was a vibe. I wish you guys were there.
That's a fact.
Yeah, we need to do that. We need to do that again. We got to do that for maybe NBA playoffs, maybe finals. Finals, maybe.
Or we could do a
live reaction.
Yeah, well, no, like Joe Rogan, when he's not like doing MMA, he does a watch party at a studio. They just can't show the fights, obviously, but like you could like they have everybody sitting around at the table and like they're talking, and then when something happens on the fight, they go crazy about it or whatever. So yeah, I think we should definitely do something like for that finals. Why not? Do something like that for
NHL. We can even do it for like a big game like in the playoffs because the finals are how far away.
We could do it for a Sunday for the U.S. Open, maybe for golf, maybe. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, you don't get pumped like that though. We can do it for one of the playing games.
Bro, you see that shot? Did you see that?
We could do it for one of the playing games.
He landed the green.
If the Lakers and Warriors get into that playing game,
I don't want to put your business out there like that, Kenny. But where would we have the draft? Where would we have the draft party at?
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on how that all goes. We'll discuss offline after.
All right, okay. Because we always got a spot here, but
we got a draft party.
I'm like a watch party.
Oh,
yeah, we'll discuss offline.
Facts.
Anything else that y'all want to speak on?
We could do together too. we could do a fantasy football draft.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
Yeah, that's happening. That's
and anybody who is like local that can get. I want to try to get together.
Well, I'm gonna be there regardless. You know, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, we know Lawrence. Lawrence don't miss nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
know.
be
We could tell Lawrence we got to go to Hawaii, and Lawrence will swim there.
Listen, y'all having something, I'm there. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, whatever y'all want to do, let us know. I'm vaccinated. I don't know about y'all, but
same here.
Like, no COVID for me. Lawrence,
what?
You vaccinated?
Nah, I just canceled my shit. I was supposed to get it tomorrow. Cancel.
Why'd you cancel it?
I don't feel good about it, bro. I'm gonna hold you. I don't feel
We'll
good.
see.
Nah. But I'm going to what's the name in July too. I'm going to Dallas. So can't wait for that. Going to a convention, RDC World. I don't know if y'all know him.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
the DreamCon.
Yeah, DreamCon. We're going to that. Me, High Road, and Dylan.
Hey, nice.
It's gonna be a really good time. Tickets are sold out. They've been sold out for like the last month or two. So
Jeez.
Yeah. We made sure we got one. That's gonna probably be my birthday trip. So it's gonna be a good time for sure. But man, we listen. That work, IBTE Sports, is endless, man. We could do so much shit with this. Like, you guys just named off like 6 things that we could do. He's talking about the U.S. Open, MMA watch parties, fantasy football draft watch parties. Like, I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. Any last words from y'all? Kenny, Phil? No?
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all the love we've been getting.
Yeah, I really don't think I got anything inspirational or nothing to say. I mean, let me think about it for a second.
Do you feel better at least?
No.
Or the shot. Or the shot.
Well, we didn't help you out there.
No.
Slightest?
But I wanna say something. Is as we continue to build this shit, like I want you guys to know how important it is that y'all are part of this. I told Phil this during the watch party, like having y'all come to do this every week means a lot. And we're getting to the point where it's gonna be a lot of people trying to copy the sauce. And it's just really funny, and it just feels good. It feels good to really inspire people without them telling you. So all the haters, all the lovers out there, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I know Kenny appreciates it. I know Neil appreciates it. I know Phil does. We appreciate you for just continue to fuel us. Like, we see what you're doing, and we just want to give you I just wanted to give you the 30 seconds of my time to let you know that we appreciate you to try to copy the sauce. It's just funny to see people really just with bullshit. You're not gonna be able to copy it. We're authentic over here, and that's pretty much it for me. I've been wanting to say that for about 2 weeks, and I've been waiting until we're all together. So that's it for me.
Oh, I mean, to be honest,
That's
like you can try, but you just don't have me. So it's not gonna work out.
It's bigger than you.
So it's you could try everything you want, but until you sign the kid, it don't matter.
It's not even about. It's not even about
it just won't matter. Like you can't match. You can't match.
Come on, Lawrence. You know it's about him. That's why we had to wait for him to be on for you to say that.
Yeah, there goes the moment.
Like, you can't match this shit.
Listen, you add value. I'm not afraid to sit here and
bro, you know what this is like, Lawrence? This is like at the end of the song Draft Day by Drake when he says he just cuts the song early so they could clip the beat. Their own rap shit. That's what this shit's like.
I mean,
yo, you're funny, bro. Yo, yeah, definitely, bro. Like, adding Neil to this, it brings a different element to the podcast. So, cause he been this way since fucking we were running around with garbage bags on and throwing up to make weight in Pop Warner. Like,
I was bulimic in 7th grade.
Guidelines. This is 2021. We gotta chill. But man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
You know what we gotta have too? What? I forgot, bro.
This guy don't ever let me outro.
Bro, we gotta do a
Classic
vlog
interruptions.
on the golf course.
Oh,
That's what we
yes.
gotta do, Lawrence. That shit would be funny
Also,
as fuck.
we also
bro.
got to do that little basketball deal that you said in the chat with the whole $100 bill thing, or make it about alcohol. Up to you.
We can make that. Listen, we can make this happen.
Because we know who win in that, but that's a different story. We're
Bro,
talking
that
about
golf
offline.
that golf shit would be so funny, bro. Oh my god.
Well, listen,
I thought the
we're
Kenny's
gonna talk off air right after this about
Oh, that's
a couple
true. That's
things
too much
anyway.
sauce, bro. You can't listen to it, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, clip all this shit off. Oh, it's
I
live.
ain't
Never
cli- I
mind.
ain't clipping none of it.
Shit. I forgot we live. So it don't
But
even
the
fucking
thing
matter.
is, listen, they're not gonna be able to copy what we do. Too authentic.
That's true. Because
Too authentic.
they don't have me, so
It's
it's
organic.
crazy.
It's
They don't have
organic.
us.
Nothing
Bro,
for us.
if you try to copy this shit and you don't have me, it's like missing the corner pieces to a puzzle. Like you just can't finish that shit, bro. Like it's just
We're
unfinishable.
pieces in the puzzle as well.
Listen,
Like maybe
let
the
me-
middle piece.
Can I
half piece.
outro?
All right, outro.
Gotcha.
All right, man. Let me outro.
One more
man.
thing. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
We appreciate these guys for being
Oh, yeah,
consistent
but-
with me.
Oh yeah, but
y'all gotta chill, bro. Y'all gotta chill. No, your first 5 episodes, you did not let me intro or outro.
we
Like,
did
I
compilation of
really,
Neil
I
and
really was about to mute you in the Zoom, bro. Not gonna hold you. Like that shit was getting crazy,
Like,
but
like around the horn. Just
bro, shit,
You-
yeah, facts.
you-
That was a great, bro. We might have to do that too. Let me chill. But,
That would be.
Could you imagine that? Neil
Bro,
going
that
off?
shit would be first. Hold up, let me before you finish. That shit would be crazy.
I'm gonna let
If
you
we did
finish,
that- I'm gonna let you finish. But if we did like some around the horn shit with like 6 people on this, and like you as the host, Lawrence, and like giving us points for the questions, like 30 seconds of like that shit would be fire.
facts. We just gotta figure out how to do that shit. But
and outro.
outro for sure. We appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I want to thank these guys again for being consistent. It means a lot to me, and the network in general. We're gonna continue to grow. You're gonna continue to see us get better. We're not perfect. We're gonna keep adjusting, keep improving everything. And congrats to these 3 right here that continue to prosper in life. It's great to see. So I want to thank everybody again for tuning into IBT Sports Podcast. Make sure you go follow the network on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at IBT Network. We up out of here. We appreciate you.